Hello. Today is our fourth session looking at arguments people have raised to me against believing in God. Soon after I started as a medical student, a highly intelligent fellow student asked me, "As a scientist, how can you believe in God?" Richard Dawkins, who's famous as much for his atheism as his academic work as an evolutionary biologist, wrote a book, The God Delusion. And in this he compares belief in God with belief in fairies at the end of the garden. But his views, not infrequently argued against oversimplified or outdated arguments for the existence of God, are by no means typical of scientists. For example, there is an excellent and clear rebuttal of his views by Richard Buggs, a professor of evolutionary genomics available online. Albert Einstein, famous for the theory of relativity and possibly the greatest scientist who ever lived, said this: "The scientist's religious feeling takes the form of a rapturous amazement at the harmony of natural law, which reveals an intelligence of such superiority that compared with it, all the systematic thinking and acting of human beings is an utterly insignificant reflection." He also said, "Science without religion is lame. Religion without science is blind." One of the important pointers to the existence of God is fine-tuning in both cosmology and quantum physics. What this means that if the underlying forces of the universe or its development had been minutely different, life could never have existed. Paul C.W. Davies is a professor of physics and has written several popular science books which helps explain this in everyday language. In The Goldilocks Enigma, Why is the Universe Just Right for Life?, he wrote, "Scientists are slowly waking up to an inconvenient truth. The universe looks suspiciously like a fix. The issue concerns the very laws of nature themselves. For 40 years, physicists and cosmologists have been quietly collecting examples of all too convenient coincidences and special features in the underlying laws of the universe that seem to be necessary in order for life, and hence conscious beings, to exist. Change any one of them and the consequences would be lethal. To see the problem, imagine playing God with the cosmos. Before you is a designer machine that lets you tinker with the basics of physics. Twiddle this knob, and you make all electrons a little bit lighter. Twiddle that one, and you make gravity a bit stronger, and so on. It happens that you need to set 30-something knobs to fully describe the world about us. The crucial point is that some of those metaphorical knobs must be tuned very precisely, or the universe would be sterile. There are many other remarkable pointers to design. For example, in biology, generally solids are denser than liquids, but when ice forms on water, it floats, as it is actually lighter, which means only the surface of the ponds freezes, and so fish and other life can survive underneath. So as a scientist, I believe understanding science means I'm much more convinced that God has to be at the heart of the world as amazing and complex as ours. In Psalm 19 we read, "The heavens declare the glory of God. The skies proclaim the work of his hands. Day after day they pour forth speech. Night after night they reveal knowledge. They have no speech, they use no words, no sound is heard from them. Yet their voice goes out into all the earth, their words to the end of the world. But also, as Psalm 8 says, God cares about humanity. When I consider your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place, what is mankind that you are mindful of them, human beings that you care for them? I hope you can join me for our final session in the series tomorrow.
So take me as you find me, all my fears and failures. Fill my life again. I give my life to follow everything I believe in. Now I surrender. Now I surrender. Savior, He can move the mountains. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save. Forever, author of salvation. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave. Shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing for the glory of the risen King. Jesus, shine your light and let the whole world see. We're singing for the glory of the risen King. Savior, He can move the mountains. My God is mighty to save. He is mighty to save. Forever, author of salvation. He rose and conquered the grave. Jesus conquered the grave.